What's up? What's up? Skakel in the house. We're just chilling right now. Yes, the boning hour. Not for me tonight, but hopefully tomorrow night that will change, and we will not be streaming tomorrow night because I'll be too busy boning, as you would say. But who knows? Who knows? And because I'm such a great guy, just to let you know who else is streaming. We've got no one really um, in our world, so we'll go to just me and Buddhist priest. There I was completely wasted, out of work and down. All this time is so frustrated as I drift from town to town, feeling like nobody cares if I live or die. So I might as well begin to put some action in my life. Now let's turn the volume down. Well, I know that this is probably not the best time to stream. It's 3 in the morning. What up, Jeffrey? What up? But I'm up, and what are you gonna do? I just thought, hey, I'll stream right now. Not much, I've got a busy day ahead of me tomorrow, and finishing up with the Comedy Store tomorrow night, closing out the main room. Just trying to get my red filter on. Of course, it hurts me, the video, that the red filter is on. But here we go. We're going to turn the TV off so we get the full. Concert was awesome. The concert started off with Joan Jett. I think she did about an hour, which is pretty long for a opening act. Usually it's 30 to 45 minutes, but she's got a lot of hits. And I'm sure Billy Idol just told her, do what you want. And I don't know, I don't think her band is the original Blackhearts. I think maybe the keyboard player might be an OG guy. Doom is, I don't believe Doom or Beloved Chatter is here. But you know what? We'll break my rule. If A. Thompson, if you want to talk about, I did find Little KB very funny. But I don't have guests on here, which I think is what sets me apart from the Dabbleverse streams, because once you go into that world, you ain't coming back. Good morning, good morning. Um, yeah, it was Joan Jett and Billy Idol. Joan Jett has a standard band with a keyboard player, and I think the keyboard player is an original Blackheart, because he told a story about when they couldn't get a record deal, and then got a record deal and everyone loved them, and then they got dropped from the record deal and nobody liked them, and that was the intro to the song called "Fake Friends." And fuck, that's a great song. It could very much have been written about Los Angeles comedy. Wally, we don't do the all caps in here, so if you could just lowercase I would appreciate that very much. What up, mixed martial artists? I was just watching some UFC fights right now. It is 3 in the morning in Los Angeles, California. So I have to go to a memorial tomorrow afternoon of a guy I used to play hockey with, and then hang out with my two sisters. It's rare that my other sister's in town. And then I go to the Comedy Store. What up, Jenna? What up? What up? Texas showing some love. Well, I don't know when I will be in Texas again. Of course, I was in Austin about a year and a half ago and have not returned since. Thank you very much. But never say never, That's probably the phrase that could describe me best. Never say never. We don't talk about your sexuality in here at Mixed Martial Artist. We're a kid family friendly stream. Okay, you gotta do lowercase or you'll be blocked from the stream. Sorry, Wally. It's just I don't care if you're black, yellow, green, whatever. All colors must type in lowercase, or you're gone. And maybe that's what you want me to do. I certainly realize with some trolls, yeah, but we don't talk about that stuff in here. We talk about the Dabbleverse and pro wrestling. Why do you talk like you have peanut butter in your mouth? Why do you listen to a stream where the host talks like he has peanut butter in his mouth? I do not swing both ways, but I'm not against it. I'm straight edge, baby. I'm sorry it's 3 in the morning if my voice is a little deep. It's just how I talk. So there's about 1,000 other streams right now if you guys can't handle how I speak. And I get that my voice is not for everybody. All good. I don't take offense to it at all. What up, Rudy Baga? Yo, 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 yo. Hey, 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 hey. We got some new people in here. We got some old people in here. That's what I love about my stream. Ideally, I would like the stream to be 50% new, 50% old. OGs. And then the new people come in. If you are new to the stream, please hit the like and subscription button. And I do like Dave Chappelle, and Dave Chappelle likes me. Thank you very much. I've done some shows with him at the Comedy Store, and I've gone to dinner with him. Not a lot. I do still have my doggy. I mean, it's been very touch and go the last 2 weeks. But as long as she is not in pain, I love Sam Elliott. So you must. I did. Well, I mean, I didn't, to be honest with you. I just couldn't sleep, Annie. I'm gonna call you Annie. I'm not gonna say the last part of your name because I know what you're up to. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I ain't the dumbest. So, if I could get 10 new subs a stream, I'd be happy. Sometimes I can't sleep. I don't know if it's that I have insomnia or whatever, but, Annie is your name. Okay. Well, Annie was speak of the devil. Let me, I don't want to turn the light on, but this is my dearly departed German Shepherd, Annie. I'll turn the light on just so you can see how fucking beautiful Annie was. She was a very good dog. And I miss Annie very much. As you can tell, I really love dogs. Good morning from Kansas City. What up, Denise? Would you have gone to Saudi Arabia? No, I wouldn't. But, it's not like I'm taking a great stand. They weren't going to invite me anyway. So, and I don't think my humor would go over well in Saudi Arabia. They need someone like Russell Peters, who's very, what up, Michael, very friendly. And, saw where Tim Dillon got fired or whatever. I just yeah, I saw the one clip with the little KB and Felicia, and it was really funny. I got to be honest with you. Who is that? Is that Tookie again? Uh, all right, Wally, we're gonna get ready. I asked you very nicely, no all caps. So you know, sorry, baby. I asked 3 times. That's all I can do. German Shepherds are great, and I would say that Annie she might have been a military washout dog, which is a German Shepherd, Belgian Malinois, who, they have to pass like 10 tests, and if they don't pass all 10, they don't move on. So, because Annie definitely had some military training of some sort. Would always walk by a car, she'd sniff the wheel wells. If I was walking with my ex and someone was approaching us, Annie would kind of get in the middle between me and my ex and stand sideways so they couldn't get to us. So, oh, and I saw the one with Felicia and Kevin. It was pretty funny. Um, so, but I love my dog now. Lois she's a little mutt. And even though she's sick, I really, really dig her. And what up, Big Daddy Rod? Just doing about a half hour stream. I realize that there's not a lot of people up at this hour, but I couldn't sleep, so I just thought I'd keep on keeping on with the algorithm, and I've been told that the algorithm really prefers you to do an hour live, which I get, but I don't think my energy levels are such where I will be doing an hour tonight. But the subs are up, watch hours are up, so badoom. Well, thank you. I'll show that. I'll take the compliment. Um, oh, thank you too. You too. Have safe. We don't do all caps in here, baby. So thank you, Jenna. Um, you can sit there and talk about whoever you want. It just has to be in lowercase letters, please. We have to respect my very first subscriber, Peter Chicken Man Brennan, who is the only one allowed to type in all caps. I see hockey season's coming, Jenna. Be on the lookout for a Patrick Laine Canadiens t-shirt for me. Um, he's my favorite player on Les Habitants. Um, I used to have a lot of friends playing that Quebec semi-pro league. It was all tough guys, fighters. I'm trying to think of the names of some of the cities. They played in Sherbrooke, Laval, um, Saint Marie. Um, would you even take part in politics now, man? Um, you know, it's too much. I'm too honest for politics, one, and then all you need is one ex-girlfriend to say something, and you're finished. So, I mean, I don't really like it. I want to be entertained. I don't want to listen to political views. That's what CNN, MSNBC, Newsmax, and Fox are for. I want to laugh. But it's their show, so they can talk about what they want. We don't really talk about Charlie Kirk in here anymore. I mean, it's a tragedy, whether you agree with Charlie Kirk or not. We can all disagree without killing each other. It's scary times, that's for sure. And Jason, I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure what that means. So, I mean, I don't think people watch late night anymore. The podcast are the new talk shows, Rogan. I mean, you ask any stand-up comic in the world if they're being honest, do you want to do Rogan or do you want to do the Tonight Show? I'm sure some would pick the Tonight Show, but most, probably 85% would pick Rogan. Um, oh, I don't know. I mean, I've heard of Cannibal Corpse, but I'm not familiar with what the singer looks like, to be honest with you. So I don't know if you're insulting me or complimenting me. I mean, he might be a good-looking guy. So, I don't know. I get told I look like Phil Hartman. When I don't wear glasses, John Cena. But I don't see the John Cena. Well, thank you. I'll take a compliment. I somehow get a lot of trolls, but what I found is I don't get many trolls at this hour. When I stream earlier, like anywhere from 4 to 7 p.m. my time, I'm in Los Angeles. That's when the trolls come out. The freaks come out. And I talk to them, which is probably, I'm going to have to change because, one, I talk to them for free. So they have really no incentive to super chat me. And not that I'm doing this stream for money, because if I was, I would have quit a long time ago. But, Kevin Brennan has perfected the business model of you want to insult me or troll me, pay me. So, yeah, I mean, see, Kyle, I don't do that. This isn't a stand-up comedy stream. I'm a stand-up comic, and I've got, I think, 1,500 videos on YouTube at the current moment. So if you want to see my humor after the stream is over, check out my videos. But as a stand-up comic, I'm trained to hear laughter, not LOL in the stream. So I don't do jokes in the stream. So sorry about that. I hope you can understand my thought process. Well, Cal, you're going to have to come to the Comedy Store or whenever I'm in your hometown, wherever you may be. Well, I mean, I don't really, I've been doing comedy a very long time. I've heard every insult 100 times over. You're old, you're gay, you look like a pedophile, you look like this guy, you look like that guy. So it's nothing new. It's nothing original. So, and I'm actually pretty happy in life. So, I'm doing something even right now, talking to you guys that I actually want to do. So, no caps in here, baby. No caps. Yes, yeah, I'll take that. EA Sports. It's in the game. My voice is incredibly deep, and it's made me a fair amount of money. Thank you. I appreciate that, Mustang. I realize that I don't have that rule anywhere, but all caps is kind of annoying. Well, it's the same stuff. If someone hit me out of left field with, something creative, I'd give them props. But, it's usually the same stuff. And I always find it funny that when someone comes into the stream for the first time and the first thing they say is you're gay, they're probably gay themselves. So there's a little bit of anger, repressed anger in their bodies. So, um, the trolls are fairly easy for me to handle. I mean, once again, I've been doing stand-up for 25 years. I've heard everything. I would come to a show, but I refuse to go to California. Where do you live, Kyle? I'm not asking for your address. I just meant what state do you live in? And I'll tell you, Earl, your penmanship is sloppy, 100%. Like, I have horrible handwriting. I can't even. Okay, I mean, I know there's House of Comedy at the Mall of America. I've played the Owners Club. She also owns a club in Scottsdale and Plano, Texas, Vancouver, as well as Edmonton. So it's not out of the woods that I would play Minnesota. Probably not going to be anytime soon, though. So that's why I'm really doing the stream, so I can build up a fan base. and we'll see how it's going. Um, well, I tell you what, boss, when you get 5 roast battles on international television, then you can roast me. I beat Jimmy Carr, the #1 comic in the world, in terms of venues played. So, nut up, use your real name, and if we're ever in the same room, we can battle. But I don't do battle with an anonymous person. Thank you very much, though. I appreciate it. Well, I would overtake Dahmer because I was a lot bigger than most of the kids he was boning. I bet you do, Round Eyes. I bet you do. No, that's funny. Minnesota's turning into Somalia. Come to Hollywood, baby. I mean, this Hollywood, West Hollywood is turning into a third world country. But that's just the way it is, you know. We'll go about another 7 minutes, guys. Another 7 minutes. Um, I don't know what you mean by that, Michael Keaton zinger. Um, I mean, I love Michael Keaton, and Michael Keaton is a Comedy Store paid regular like myself. So I've always had love for Michael Keaton. Great actor. First time I ever kissed a girl in a movie theater was Mr. Mom. And I still talk to the girl. Isn't that crazy? Hello, Jennifer, if you're out there watching this, which I doubt you are, but um, Rojogan. Yeah, we don't really talk about Charlie Kirk in here anymore, but yes, rest in peace. Um, no, he's not come back yet. I mean, I had a feeling we were gonna make out in the movie theater, so I don't really remember a lot about it, but I'll always remember Mr. Mom. Um, well, I mean, that's a good question, but we were sitting in the balcony, so you know, I appreciate the insult. Not, a little. I'll give you points for creativity. It's not funny at all, but like, I'll give you points for creativity. No, I think he's moved on to the next condo building. Isn't that crazy though? The guy was doing crack with like a 7-inch knife right by his hand, and the cops were like, "He has to do something to you before we can do anything." I mean, I don't think Charlie Kirk was ever going to be president. Of course, we'll never know. Let's get a straight ahead angle. Get the Earl sign in the back. I mean, that's pretty fucking dope. I mean, to be president, you got to be semi-mainstream, and he was not mainstream. He was like fringe right, and but you never know. I mean, he could have become a centrist and become more in the middle, but unfortunately for all of us, I think, I like this angle better, to be honest with you. I think the next president is going to be California Governor Gavin Newsom. Um, yeah, I've been to Bakersfield. That place is a dump. I don't know how people live there. Um, People forget how funny Michael Keaton was. Yeah, Michael Keaton was a great stand-up, but he basically got famous too fast. It's kind of like Rob Schneider. Rob Schneider's a great comic. He really is. I opened for him for 4 years, and then I did stand-up. Hey-o! But he got famous pretty fast. So, that's the thing. When you start making money in TV and movies, you really lose the desire to want to go to Jacksonville and play the Comedy Zone. Um, well, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that's what I want to happen, but I just don't see J.D. Vance being a good opponent for Gavin Newsom. I mean, Vance comes off pretty stiff, at least from what I've seen, and I think that Newsom is like a West Coast version of Clinton. Um, so I think that you could just tell he's already running for president, like, which sucks because I'm It's like govern out here, dude, and then you can go up against, well, not Trump per se, but Vance. Oh, he's a complete snake. You know what Gavin Newsom is like? He's exactly like Kurt Russell in Used Cars. Now you have to be of a certain age to remember that movie, but hey, hit the like and subscribe button, please. It's a small but mighty group in here, but we must have some new. We'll turn on the white light for a minute, just for a minute, and you know, you won't hit the like and subscribe button. Well, that makes me feel good. I mean, you guys are unbelievable here. I don't grift for money. Every other stream, give me money, give me money. I just asked for like and subscriptions, and you guys turn your back on me. You son of a bitch. All right, I'm going to go back to the red light then. Yeah, Newsom, absolutely. Patrick Bateman meets Rudy Russo in Used Cars. So it's going to be interesting, who the Republicans throw at him. I'm going to guess it's going to be Vance, but um, you know, I mean, Newsom is just, I don't know. He looks like a president. So what up? What up, JJ? We're going to do a quick stream, couple more minutes. It is 3:30 in the morning for me, so I'm a little tired, and I should be tired. So, but I don't think I'll be able to stream tomorrow at any point, but maybe. Who knows? Who knows? I do kind of like Red Earl. It's just different. I mean, I want people to be, hopefully this ends up in the algorithm and I'll check this out, and then it's a red background and they stay. So, this is the red stream. And I like it when it's this dark in my play. I'm a creature of the dark. So I love the ambiance I have in my place right now. And Lois is not coughing right now. So all in all, it's a good stream. And I hope you guys are enjoying it. Just do a few more minutes. It's a baby stream tonight, And, well, I need my liberal glasses because I can't see without them. But I appreciate everyone likes to hear they're good looking. So, thank you very much. 57 years old. I got most of my hair, little gray, but not too. I still have most of my brown hair, which I'll take. And I love the red light. I don't know why. Red's my favorite color, and it kind of goes with the vibe of the Earl sign. So we'll move it a little closer. Chrissy, hello. What's the stream about? How we doing tonight? Chrissy, this is a stream that's about everything and nothing at the same time. I'm a stand-up comic in Los Angeles. I'm the voice of Barry Jelly on Tyler, the Creator's The Jellies. And, I'm a hockey guy, so I'm even watching like preseason hockey, which is, tough to get through at certain times. But welcome, Chrissy, to the stream. And, hit the sub button so the next stream I do, you'll be able to join us. Yeah, I'm a unknown stand-up comic in Los Angeles, but a marginally known voiceover actor. Now, the cool thing about Tyler, the Creator's The Jellies, is I was the only white guy on the show, and I played the father, so that was pretty cool. And like tomorrow, or tonight, I should say, not tomorrow night. Tonight, I will be at the Comedy Store. Saturday night, closing out the main room. So if anyone's in Los Angeles, come on by. And we will have some laughs, I hope. So, I got a couple new jokes I want to try out. I always try out new jokes in the middle of the set, once I got the crowd. You never want to start off with new jokes, you got to get the crowd on your side first. And then if the new jokes or joke doesn't work, you got some, how would you say, some credit with the crowd. And, I made the mistake of, so I was in such a good mood, I would start with new material, and that was, it, it's never really worked for me. But that's also what I love about comedy. It's always different. So, um, but thank you guys for tuning in. I know for the East Coasters, it's 6:30 in the a.m. Chi-Town, it's 5:30, and Hawaii, I think is I get a weird geographic fan base. I mean, most of it's in America, a lot of it's in Canada, like 10% from the UK. And his name is Earl Skakel, kick-ass comedian. We root for him. I appreciate that. I'll take the rooting because this is a business that ain't easy, brother. So I appreciate that. I got Jenna's in Montreal. JJ, where are you from? I don't believe I know where you're from. Yeah, I mean, he was the producer of the show, so I have talked to him a lot. And, I mean, we don't hang out. He doesn't really hang out with anyone. He's got his best friend Lionel, and that's it. But you can see the Jellies on Adult Swim, I believe the Cartoon Network, and HBO Max. And I'm sure you could go on YouTube. I don't know if there's full episodes on YouTube, but I if you after this is over, look up Earl Skakel voiceover reel. You'll see some scenes I did from the Jellies. So okay, that's cool, JJ. Yeah, I mean, it's probably easiest on Adult Swim. I know HBO Max recently, within the last year, cut like 80% of their animation cartoons, but I was told the Jellies made the cut. Um, I'm not sure, and I don't know if I think the Cartoon Network's still around. So, yeah, check it out. I play the dad, Barry Jelly. I'm the guy with the mustache, and it's a pretty funny show. And Tyler was awesome to work with. This whole crew is cool. It's a real tight crew. They don't let a lot of outsiders in. And I was lucky enough that Tyler, the creator, saw me at the Comedy Store, and it just happened. So check that out. And we're gonna go till 35 minutes. So we got another minute, guys. And then that is that Comedy Store podcast played on the regular in my vicinity, as well as your live streams and ESPN and wrestling. Yeah, the Comedy Store podcast, I'm on a few episodes of that. There was also the Comedy Store Wrestling podcast, but I think they took that off the network. So I don't know where you can find that. You might not be able to find it. Maybe there's might be a couple episodes on YouTube. But if you look up my name on YouTube, tons of shit pops up. So, well, thank you, Drew. I mean, it's not really a compliment you're giving me, but you also have to understand, Drew. It's 3:30 in the morning, and I like the red avant-garde color in my stream, and my monotone voice has made me a lot of money. Well, not a lot of money, but a decent living, decent enough where I don't have to have a day job. And I am rambling, but see the difference between me and all the other streams out there is I don't snipe other shows. I don't, in other words, watch someone else's YouTube show and just comment on it. So I absolutely have it the hardest way. Like I said, I mean, I hit record and I talk, and it's very hard to do it that way. But that's how I operate best. But welcome to the stream. I don't take offense to anything you said because it's all true, to be honest with you. So, and we got some old schoolers in here, Waver and a couple others. This is Earl's tribute to the Red Hot Dog, Kevin Brenner. I think it's Kevin Brennan, not Kevin Brenner. you're probably got David Brenner stuck in your head. So the red hot dog. You better not let Kevin hear you say that. It's too bad beloved Chatter or Doom aren't in here because then we could talk about the Dabbleverse. Do you think anyone has cut the line in comedy? Well, Brendan Schaub did, but that didn't really work out for him. Um, Jeremy Piven, he didn't put in the work. I don't care if he was an actor. You got to put in the work and stand up. Um, I'm trying to think. Oh, Drew, I don't take things personally on the internet. If I took things personally on the internet, uh, I would probably have been dead 4 years ago with some of the shit I've seen written about me on Reddit and whatnot. We'll go to 40 minutes, guys. 40 minutes, so about another 3 minutes. And I think KB's the funniest one out of us all, myself included. So I'm a big KB fan. I wish he weren't like so aggressive sometimes with certain people. But yeah, I mean, Piven just, he basically got Me Too'd out of Hollywood and said, "Ah, fuck it, I'll just do comedy." And it just says, I mean, Schaub, same thing. I kind of felt bad for Schaub because all his friends are famous comics: Rogan, Hinchcliffe, D'Elia, Callan, Theo Vaughn, and they all have multiple specials, and he's probably in the room, and he's like the square peg in the round hole. So, but he didn't put in the work. He just you know got gifted a career by Rogan, and even Rogan kind of turned his back on him at some point because he didn't want to work at it. Um, do you like Cat Williams? I mean, I don't dislike him, but I don't know if I would necessarily say I like him. We're at the 2 minute mark, guys. The 2 minute mark, and then Earl Skakel will be powering down for the evening. Um, well, I how many? But JJ, how many times have you heard me say a bad word about Tyler the Creator? I've literally done probably 1,000 interviews about the Jellies, and there's not 1 second of me saying anything but nice things about them. You look at what happened with me with Roast Battle and certain people on the show, they fucked me, and so I talk about it. Ray DeVito, we don't talk about Ray DeVito in here. Holy fuck, that's a good way to end the stream. Um, would you ever humiliate MAGA audience member? There was some comedian. I wouldn't humiliate them because they're MAGA. Um, I've been on Kill Tony 6 times, and not really. It's just not for me. Well, I think Brendan Schaub. Like I said, I think that he gets piled on. At least he did because he didn't own up to, you know, taking the shortcuts he took. And I think he was a little delusional about him and his talent level and stand up. Like what he did was um, Nova Cliff's $1.99. Wait, what? Why did you abuse my little brother? You know who. Okay. Well, that doesn't get the ray gun. If you want, you can take your super. You can cancel your. Like what? And you wonder why people don't stream. It's because of shit like this. Yeah, he don't get the ray gun for that. Sorry, dude. Thanks for the $1.99, I guess. Um, so, um, I mean, how do you send a super chat back? I'd like to send that back. I can assure you right now, and listen, I know more about comedy than you do in terms of Rogan never stole a joke from Brendan Schaub. No way. I mean, what Schaub did was the equivalent of me showing up at the UFC office in Vegas and go, "Yeah, I'd like to fight tonight." So um, that's what someone would say if you were guilty, though. So I don't know what that means. You're gonna have to write that in English. Um, Go sit on that block of ice. No, well, I see the freaks are coming into the stream. Um, no, I'm not developing film. I'm developing a live stream, baby. And you don't know who I am, and that's fine. I am Earl. But welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Well, Brendan didn't try a comedy. He just winged it and, worked for a little bit, but not long term. Fuck yeah. Thank you, JJ. The Bobby Lee thing that didn't help. Yeah, I mean, that, didn't make him look good either. Um, you will be, okay. Nova Clips, you're out of here, you fucking loser. Thanks for the $2, you cheap fuck. Um, I mean, Shab might have stolen it from Rogan, but I'm telling you, Rogan did not steal a joke from Shab. I'm just telling you that right now. Um, Honestly, asking why the red light. I just like the way it looks. Um, you know, Drew is right. What is Drew right about? Oh, I mean, there's no way. I mean, dude, I'm telling you right now, Joe Rogan did not steal from Brendan Shaw. Um, yeah, I mean, he could keep the $2. I don't even know how you send back super chats, but like, I don't need, like, it's just not funny, you know. But that's kind of the way that most successful streamers are getting money is, oh, you're going to call me a pedophile? I'm not going to rate it. Oh, you're going to call me a pedophile and give me $2, $5, $10? Okay, I'll rate it. Um, I've never been to Amsterdam, so I can't say I love it. All right, you guys are out of control now. No, Joe is a long time stand-up comic, so the trolls are coming in late night, and you know we're almost at the 45-minute mark after me saying I would only do 30 minutes. We got a little bit of rain, but nothing too bad. So it was pretty, it was a little bit of humidity and not too cold though. Um, Joe Rogan sucks. I don't know if it's. I mean, listen, it's fine to think he's not funny or whatever. Comedy is subjective, but I don't think you could say his podcast sucks. You don't get the numbers he gets and suck. I mean, I'm of the belief you can't fool that many people. But if you don't like him, I'm not telling you to like him. Comedy is so subjective. Like, if you like Dane Cook and Chris D'Elia type of humor, you're gonna hate my act because I barely move on stage. So, um, but that it's like music. I love Kiss. Some people think Kiss is the greatest band of all time. A lot of people think Kiss sucks. I was at Billy Idol and Joan Jett last night, Thursday night, and I think those two bands are awesome. But I'm sure there's people out there that don't. Um, so, well, I mean, yeah, he says dumb shit sometimes, but um, it's like Bert Kreischer selling out arenas and people saying he's not funny. You don't sell out arenas and are not funny. You might not like the sense of humor or the jokes, and that's fine. But I mean, you don't fool 20,000 people every night. I don't know who Tyler Fisher is, to be honest with you. When in doubt about it, shout it out loud. Shout it, shout it, shout it out loud. You got to have a party, shout it. Respect Joe's hustle. I mean, Joe, Joe's big. What up, big bones, motherfucking Ben Jones in the house from Australia. Um, To me, relaxed on stage is huge. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty, but I've done it for so long. I get nervous before every set, but it's not like, oh my God, am I funny? It's more excitement than nervous, I guess I should say. So, but I've worked hard at it, like, and that's why Shab didn't really succeed long term, was he didn't work hard at it. I think he just thought, oh, I'm a famous MMA fighter, I'll just wing it. It'd be the equivalent of if I went into an MMA studio and thought I don't need to really listen to anyone. I'll just fucking figure it out. And you can't just figure out comedy. You have to do it. You have to do it a lot. It's reps after rep. It's like working out. Um, oh, 100% there. I mean, there's funny stand-ups who suck at podcasts, and and there's great podcasters who are horrific comics. Um, so I would agree with you on that. Um, do you do any MMA? I don't because I have a surgically repaired torn ACL in my right knee, and I'm not. I mean, I play hockey, so I'm risking hurting it playing hockey because that's how I hurt it in the first place. But um, I am not going to do any um, combat. Where someone locks in on my knee and like you saw that guy in the Florida Panthers today, or yesterday, I guess it was, or maybe it was today, tore his ACL and MCL, simple turn on the ice, out for the year. And he's in incredible shape. So, well, I think what up, Urban Josh Jenny fan? No, I work alone. My brain is so unique in how I think of humor that I don't think I could really have a good writing partner. Um, yeah, I mean, I do like the old days where Rogan would have like someone from Roast Battle on, like Brian Moses, and now he's having like Charlie Kirk types and Shapiro, and it's kind of, but it's so big now. You just couldn't have unknown comics on the show anymore. You just I think Marin raised the bar when he had Obama on, and you just like I would still love to do the Rogan podcast, but right now it ain't happening. Yeah, I mean you're basically going to run out of people at some point, but I still think I'm still kind of blown away. I haven't been on it, but what are you going to do? I mean that was pretty funny. I mean it wasn't like the funniest line, but it was pretty funny. Um, I mean, we know each other, and he did ask me to be on it once, but when I called him to like set it up, I think he was so high when he asked me, he kind of forgot. And then he was like, I could tell he was like, "How'd you get my number?" He didn't say that, but I could tell he was. And I was like, "Well, bro, you gave it to me. Hold on, I'm gonna get something to drink. I'll give you guys a full hour. Fuck it." Fuck yeah. Yeah, yeah, that was the episode Jeff was on, and Jeff was squirming because he didn't know how to fucking get out of it. What a pussy. Even bigger, Drew, if you can believe that. Yeah, I mean, I asked Theo once, on DM, hey man, I could really use the bump if you need a guest. And of course, he never got back to me because he sees no value in having someone who needs help on his podcast. But, I wish he would remember when we were doing Italian restaurants when he first started doing stand up. But, that's the business. I mean, could you kick Brian Callen's ass if you wanted to? I mean, if he did something to piss me off. I almost killed him one night at the Comedy Store when my ex fiance was talking to a friend, and I was on stage in the original room. She had already watched my act 1,000 times, so we'd go up there together, and she would, talk to friends or whatever. So I get off stage, and I go out in the parking lot, and Callan's like draped all over her. I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing, bro? That's my fiance." I didn't know she was with you. I'm like, "Well, you knew she was with someone, bro." So I haven't really talked to him since. He's a fucking creep, man. Uh, so yeah, I'm pretty sure I could kick his ass. Um, so I mean, me and Theo used to do a room in Huntington Beach called Martini Blues, real shithole. But well, Callan's protected. That's why he moved to Austin. Rogan probably protects him. So hopefully, we'll never be in the same room again. Just a piece of shit. But those are the type of people who make it. So there you go. It's unbelievable, the scumbags in our business. So, Lois is up. We might have to go out for a quick walk. But, yeah, Rogan, you don't get the success level that Joe Rogan has and not be a hard worker. Um, yeah, I mean, Rogan's just, he's huge right now. I mean, like I said, most comics, if not all, would go on Joe Rogan. They would not go on The Tonight Show or Kimmel or whatever. So, Lois is the fucking best. I think she has to go to the bathroom. So, let's. Yes, she is up. She is large and in charge. There she is. Let me get my shoes on. See, the good thing about taking Lois for a walk is that I think I can then go to sleep. There she is. Come on, buddy. I know, buddy. I know. Oh, it's raining a little bit. She ain't gonna like this. I mean, how many people stream in the rain? Come on, buddy. Yeah, Lois is a great dog. As you can tell, it's pretty rainy out there. Come on, Lois, let's go pee-pee. Come on. Come on. Yeah, but that's kind of understandable. I mean, when you're on SNL, You're going to get stand-up gigs, whether you deserve them or not. JJ, I don't know what you're talking about, but I am a little tired and off my game. Come on, let's go pee-pee. Now, I've heard at this hotel, they have orgies on Friday and Saturday nights. I'm trying to get an invite. And I think you have to go with a girl. So I've got the perfect girl who wants to go too. She's a real hoe. And she's kind of the right person to navigate an orgy at a hotel. Come on, Lois. Oh, I see what you're saying, JJ. I love the end of that song. See, she doesn't have to pee that much, but I know she has to go. I never meant to cause you any pain. That's a great movie, man. And I love the guy who played Prince's dad, the great Clarence Williams III. Great actor. See, there we go. Yeah, they don't fuck around. I mean, that's a lot of pee for a small dog. But that's, I mean, like, she's still got some pep in her step. Tail wagging and shit. I mean, she moves a little slower, but, I mean, she'll take the stairs. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. So, like, you know. So there you go. This is the night of a life of a Los Angeles comic. We'll get back to the red light district. So, thank you guys for tuning in. We're all soldiers in the Earlverse. And I realize that we're a small but mighty group. But I appreciate you guys. Kate Meany. Yeah, we don't talk about Kate Meany in here. I never talked to Kate Meany, to be honest with you. And I'm kind of glad I didn't. I mean, you know, she's just another one of the, you know, the Dabbleverse people who, you know, got their 15 minutes of fame and then it's over. So, you know, where is she now? Well, I've got to clean them. The problem is Lois, she's gotten in this habit of her vision's not the best anymore. So when her paws are dirty, she she accidentally steps into the water bowl and then, like, so that, you know, I got to clean them, but I'll wait until I sell the place. And I appreciate you guys, man. I mean, listen, I know there's a lot of fucking streaming options, and I I finally see a light at the end of the tunnel with YouTube. I'm about to hit 4,000 subs, which, listen, it's not the most amount, but, last year about this time, I think I had a shade under 2,000. So, the fact that I've doubled my channel in the first year of streaming, I can accept that. And hopefully, the next year, I more than double it. Maybe I triple it or whatever. I mean, I'm trying to at least stream 1 hour a day. And then I'll start throwing in some shorts a little bit more. But, I mean, it's tough to crack the algorithm. I mean, my biggest mistake was about 2 months ago. I took 3 days off because I was just burnt out on streaming. I was a little discouraged by my lack of progress. And I went from probably getting 200 to 300 subscribers a cycle to 2. And it took me fucking forever to get back into the algorithm. So, I mean, I think it's just throwing enough shit against the wall, videos, shorts, lives, and, I finally see the light at the end of the tunnel, whereas on TikTok, I don't even see the fucking tunnel. I mean, I did a stream the other day on TikTok because I heard that's the best way to build your following is doing lives. And in 15 minutes, I had 2 people, and they were literally on the screen for like 2 seconds. So, yes, the algorithm, listen, I'd rather have likes and subscribes than super chats. Because, YouTube takes so much fucking money. Hold on, I think there's a rat or something on my balcony. Hold on. See, when that light comes on, that building has a motion sensor. And, it's usually a cat or a rat. But, so I'll assume it's a cat or a rat. But just to make sure, I like to give it a look. Okay. You never know. There's the arrow sign, the red light district. Yeah, I mean, YouTube takes 30%, so I'm not complaining. Because like I said, I don't really stream for money. I'm streaming for the subscriptions. But, so, the $1.99 I made today, I'll literally get maybe $1.20. And then I have to pay taxes on that $1.20. So it's really not, like, unless you're making thousands of dollars, and even then they're taking a big cut. So, that's why, what is it, the super tips that Melton created? I think they take 10%. But I have a feeling that that's going to go away. Oh, really? The sign reads right now? Whoa. That's not the sign. Sorry about that. I have a feeling that YouTube, now I don't know much about technology, but, well, I've got 2 hockey sticks over there that if someone were to break into this house, I would fuck them up. And I also have a Rambo knife, and I'm in the process of taking my gun license test. So, Heaven help the person who breaks into this fucking place. But I'm lucky, even though my balcony is on the first floor. You got to really want to get into this place to get into it. But, yeah, I mean, I think that, there's ways around YouTube taking 30%. I mean, you know, I could give out my PayPal. Um, I mean, William Zoom sends me money. Um, so, um, I like this gun. I saw, what is it, the Hellcat. I mean, I don't want to kill anyone, but like, you almost have to if they break into your house. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's really not, um, like I said, I don't stream for the money. I'm streaming for the following. But someone like Kevin Brennan, who, he makes probably, 500 to $1,000 a day. 30% of that's kind of a nice cut. That's why people go to Rumble and StreamYard and other, Venmo, PayPal. Um, so, um, but like with the super tip thing that Melton and Moody came up with, and you get paid like the next day or something, like, I think YouTube's going to find out about that and go, So it'll be interesting to see when that happens. Because I'm pretty sure, I mean, they are undercutting YouTube by 20%, and they're paying. The thing that sucks about YouTube is um, you don't get paid till the next month, like almost 2 months. So, um, you get paid on the 21st of every month. So you have to wait. And so it's not the best system, but it's also the biggest um, coverage or whatever you want to call it. So, um, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I hope they catch up to them. I'm just saying that, um, it's a great idea, but and I've been wrong before. Listen, I said the Dabbleverse was going to be dead 2 years ago, but lo and behold, you get these new people in it for their 15 minutes of fame, and you get your Ashley Cummins, you get your Kate Meanies, you get your Clearwater Chads, you get your Karmic X, you get other people, and they come in and out, and Chad comes back and in and out, and um, so I mean, I really liked the Hellcat. Perfect size. I don't have like giant hands, but my hands are big enough. So like the first 10 guns I held, like the the butt end was like sticking out. It was like the butt end was like kind of like still not complete. There was one Hellcat that yeah, I'll just get a 44 auto mag. So you know, but getting back to the YouTube payment method, it's definitely not the best. I mean, I like the idea of once you get super big, or maybe even just bigger than what you are now, you get a break, like maybe 25%, then 20%. But YouTube's never going to do that. Because YouTube kind of has all the streamers like myself and really everyone, you people as well, by the balls. And, it's like, hey, either go here or Rumble. And, YouTube is the king. So, um, well, it's funny. I um, got in a Porsche once, the car, not the gun, and I could barely fit. It wasn't very comfortable, um, but I've always wanted a Porsche, just because I love the way they look. All right, you kids. I think I've given you 70 minutes at 4 in the morning. I'm tired. I'm going to bed now. If you have not done so, please hit the like and subscribe button. No, it's a 10-day waiting period. And, they have to make sure you're not a complete maniac, which I would have no problem passing the background test. And I hear the gun test for your license is actually pretty simple. And I'm applying for a concealed weapon because, I've almost been carjacked in the last month. There's been break ins into our garage, there's been armed robberies on our street. I'm not going to necessarily carry the gun around with me everywhere, but, um, uh, well, Kyle, do you know if the Hellcat is on there? Yes, you guys are a very cool group, and I won't forget you when the channel blows up. Hopefully one day it does. I love you all. Kyle, let's talk guns a little later. Yeah, there was this car following me on San Vicente. It was like tailgating me. So I make a right onto my street. I make a right into the driveway. And this car pulls in behind me sideways and blocks me in. I'm like, fuck, I'm about to get carjacked. And this little, maybe not little, medium-sized Mexican dude gets out of the car pretty fast. So I said, fuck it, I'm going to get out of the car. And I hulked up, and I was quite a bit bigger than this guy. I'm like, what the fuck do you want? Is there 7-Eleven around here? I'm like, I don't fucking know. And he's like, okay, I'm sorry. I bet you are. Oh, thank you, Drew. Yeah, I mean, my friend said it's all common sense questions. Like, if you put six bullets in the chamber, how many shots do you get? And I'm sure there's some tricky questions just to make sure you're not a fucking absolute moron, but, who knows? It was just weird. As I crossed over Santa Monica Boulevard in San Vicente, this guy really started to tailgate me. So when I make the right onto my street, I thought, okay, let's see how he reacts. And he made the right pretty fast too. I'm like, fuck, this guy's following me home. So, you know, I mean, I'm going to get it for home protection. And, I've got some other weapons in my house. I've got brass knuckles. I've got hockey sticks, which hockey sticks are like graphite. Like they fucking hurt if you like hit someone. But if I'm sleeping, I would use the gun. Obviously, if I'm sleeping, I'm not going to be able to. Someone breaks into my bedroom, I'm not going to have time to get the hockey stick or whatever. So, yeah, people don't give a fuck. To be honest with you, I mean, I live in West Hollywood. The sheriff's station, from where I'm sitting right now, I could literally shoot a hockey puck into the front of the building. It's that close to me. And there's home invasion robberies all the time here. There's armed robberies, so it's, I don't know. I don't know. But that's probably a question in the test. Are suppressors legal? So I mean, I don't really hit too many wacky neighborhoods, but the problem with West Hollywood, especially on weekends now, and in my direct area, is there are clubs that are open till 4 a.m. And within the past 2 weeks, we've had two stabbings where the victims have died because they're at the nightclub, a fight breaks out. And so it's fucking, I'm not saying I live in Compton, but, it's not the great neighborhood that it was when I moved in. So, um, we'll see what happens. All right, you guys. Earl Skakel. I don't know if I'm going to stream again today because I'm pretty busy. I'll try maybe before I go to the comedy store. If not, I'll see you guys Sunday. I love you all. Skakel, over and out.